I can't wait to see what the winner is. Anyway, Animals of Farthing Wood fans are in for a treat this week. We've got 50 brand new BBC Animals of Farthing Wood videos and 50 boxes of the animals which you could win. Stand by for competition details coming up shortly. There's also another chance to see the second series starting this Thursday on Children's BBC, and work is underway on Series 3, you lucky things. But here's how you can make your very own Animals of Farthing Wood habitat. Toad looks pleased sitting among the lilies on this pond, and Fox, who bravely led all the animals to safety, is surveying their new home. Brave old Badger has built a new set. A mole, his special little friend, is burrowing away. To create your own new home for toy animals like the Animals of Farthing Wood, you need to start with a strong base, just like this, made from two sides of a grocery box. You need to cut out two oblongs about 40 by 60 centimetres and then round off the edges so you've got this sort of strange oval shape. And you need to cut two exactly the same. The reason they need to be exactly the same is because they need to be stuck one on top of the other so you've got a nice, strong base. Once you're happy with that, if you look on the one that's already finished, you'll see that you want to start building up your bank, and I'm going to start by making the Badger's set. For that, just get a tissue box, cut it in half, and on the uncut side, I've made a circle there, and that's the entrance to the Badger's set. And if you just place this just off-centre and towards the back, stick that into place because that is going to be part of the bank. And for the rest of the bank, you're going to get some kitchen roll tubes and cut them down, slit the ends, and then stick them all into place all along the back. So you finally will end up with something looking like this. This patch down here is the pond, and that's just an oval shape made out of blue paper, and it's got this lovely shimmer to it, lovely for drinking. And the reason that's like that is that I've put a plastic film over the top. In fact, this just comes from an old folder that I've just cut down and stuck into place. So once you've got your bank supports and your pond, then you can start building up a shape for the bank. To do that, get some newspaper all twisted up and start winding it all around your supports, even over your Badger's set, until there's not a space left. And at this stage, if you want to, once you've covered everything completely, you can make a little gap around about there, a little dent, and that can be for your rabbit warren. So just look over here, and you can see it on the main one. Look, little home there for rabbit. So just carry on doing that, pushing all the paper in till it's nice and firm base. Even do a little ridge round the pond and round the edge of their new home. And this little circle here is the beginning of the molehill. Once you've done that, get some strips of paper, glue the back all the way down, and then you're going to use these strips to cover your entire home, making sure, of course, I hope I haven't done it yet, no, making sure that your Badger set entrance isn't covered, which I did earlier on, and also that you don't cover up your pond, of course. Make them all overlap, all the way over, till you eventually end up with something that looks a bit like this. Now, if you look on this side, you'll see that this is all the newspaper overlap. But on this side here, it's got a sort of white film, and that's just some kitchen roll towel that I've stuck on to give it a much nicer finish. But that is optional. You don't have to do that. But it is a good idea to just fold all the edges around by the pond so that's nice and neat. And you do have to leave it to dry, and that can take at least an hour. But when it's finally dried, you can begin painting. And to paint it, I've started by painting the whole base with this lovely sandy colour. And you can use one of these emulsion tester pots, which are quite cheap and easy to use. Paint the whole area, and then for the grassy bank and all down by the mole hole and round by the river, you can get a sponge dipped in green paint and then just dab it all over this area. And I've used different shades of green to give it a more real-looking effect. Then you need to, oh, for your mole hole, I mustn't forget that. That is just simply, to get this muddy effect, I don't know if you can see the different texture there, that's simply a little bit of sawdust mixed in with a darker colour paint. For the trees, and all you need, if you look over here, I've got this lovely forest, and that is just simply some twigs with some sponge dipped in green paint and then stuck on. And to make them stick into your base, simply prod the top with a sharp pencil And then you should be able to squeeze them into place like that. Now, if they're... This one's standing quite firmly. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get that one in. Hold on, let me just see if I can get a smaller tree. Yeah, there we go. But if they don't stand upright once you put them in... There's this one getting in. There we go. Like that is slipping over a bit. Then you can get some more sponge, bigger pieces, and just stick it all into place. And not only does it make it look more like a forest, but also it serves to keep your trees upright. Let me see if I can get this one in up here. There we go. Just about fitting in there. There, lovely. So that gets a general idea of what you need to do. The next thing you need to make are your bulrushes. Here they are, just put them to the side of the pond. And they started out as a cotton bud, and all you need to do is just cut off one end and then paint it in the colour, brown top and a sandy stem. And the leaves are just a strip of coloured paper. Here, just stay there. Strip of coloured paper wrapped around 3 of those cotton buds, and then it's stuck into the sponge. Now, obviously, you can see that my sponge isn't stuck down in my pond, but you can do that on yours. And then on to the water lilies. They start with the lily pads, 2 bits of green card cut into roundish sort of shapes, and the actual lily itself is just a round piece of white card with a little yellow dob in the middle, some leaf shapes on the side, and it's folded into a cup shape, and there you have your lily pad. And I'm just going to see if Toad likes it. Ah, look, sitting on a lily pad there. Lovely. And then, finally, to add some finishing touches, you just can put a couple of stones that you might find in your garden or a few pebbles that you might have found at the beach, and you can just put them wherever you like, just around the sides. And if you look on this one, you can see that I've got some that look like rocks and some other smaller ones that look like pebbles. And the green leafy effect I've used for around the banks of the river as well. And all it needs now are for the new owners to come and see if they like it. So the first one to arrive is Badger in his set. Oh, yes, he looks very happy. Mole's jumping for joy in his new hole there. And...
Is that how moles go?
Fox.
I don't know.
Fox has just taken a little breather under the shady trees.
I've got one to add as well. It's Owl.
Make sure you put him on carefully.
In the tree. There you go. Is he going to stay still?
Oh,
yeah, look.
And
Wow.
Weasel, where shall I put him?
Just down the front there.
Okay,
There, created our own new home for the
Excellent.
Animals of Farthing Wood.
Okay.
Now for our Animals of Farthing Wood competition question, which could win you a presentation box full of the Animals of Farthing Wood, plus their latest video.
Quick, take cover!
Dreamer!
So sorry. Well, I'm not really. Nice, soft landing, as a matter of fact. Thank you.
We've got 50 of these presentation boxes of animals and 50 new BBC videos to give away. And all you have to do is answer this question. What is the name of the heron? That's what is the name of the heron? And that's a question only real Farthing Wood fans would know.
Well, hey.
And you know, don't you?
Well, I'm a real fan, that's why.
Put your answer on a postcard along with your name, age and address and send it to this address, Blue Peter, PO Box 19, BBC TV, London W12 6BP. That's Blue Peter, PO Box 19, BBC TV, London W12 6BP. And it's the same address if you want to write to us for a Farthing Wood fact sheet.
The closing date is next Friday, the 7th. Anyway, Stuart, we're going to look forward to you
Yes.
making
I thought you
something
might say
soon. Yeah. Are you
I'm
looking
looking
forward
forward to it, definitely, but I think you two are looking forward to it more.
Certainly are. The other day, Stuart was set an explosive Blue Peter assignment. It was a tough challenge, so we thought he might need a bit of help.